them. Because of, he does all of that. Don't get me wrong, I try to get him. I've been trying to get him out of that for the longest, but that's a part of his persona, I try to get him to throw it straight. That's all I can do is tell him what to do. If he don't do it, that's on him.
This is a very insightful interview right here. Mark Breland, he said a lot. It was a lot that was revealed in this interview, and it was like peeking into the training camp in the boxing corner of Deontay Wilder and what's going on. In this interview, he talks about how for years he's been trying to get Deontay Wilder to throw his punches right, but he's only good to Deontay Wilder if he listens to him. He also speaks about walking out of Deontay Wilder's corner, or the rumors of him walking out of Deontay Wilder's corner. And he goes on to say that, nah, I didn't walk out of his corner. I walked down the steps. And if you watch the whole video, what you figure out is later on, when you watch the whole video, that he actually did walk out of his corner, because of what he says later on in the interview about Deontay Wilder. And he also goes on to talk about how he was getting phone calls and how people like Steve Harvey was saying that Deontay Wilder needs a new trainer. And he was like, wow, I was the man 40 fights ago, but he take one loss to get a draw, and all of a sudden he needs a new trainer. And you could see the frustration and the disappointment in his eyes in some parts when he's talking. When you watch the video, look at his eyes when he starts talking about certain stuff, and you could tell he's pissed about it, especially since that has to be said about him being a trainer. But I've always said that Wilder don't retain no boxing knowledge, and I don't see it as a coach. How can you let this stand as your body of work and think that you're going to get people to want to work with you in the future? I don't understand how you think people would want to seek your expertise after looking at somebody's skill set like Wilder, and how you were not able to get through to his head to this very day to get him to throw punches correctly. But even more important than that, Mark Breland says something at the end of the interview. And you know what? As a matter of fact, I'm just going to play the clip.
It was a close fight. I think Tyson won a lot of the earlier rounds, to where Deontay won some of the later rounds. But I think the two knockdowns is what helped him with the draw.
Now, that lets you know that even Deontay Wilder's trainer thought that he lost that fight, because he said, I think the two knockdowns helped him with the decision. I
think the two knockdowns is what helped him with the draw.
So that means if he did not have those two knockdowns, he would have completely lost the fight. So in Deontay Wilder's trainer's eyes, the two knockdowns helped give him the decision. And if it helped give him the decision, that means that he thought that Deontay Wilder was losing that fight, which also doubles back on the fact that when he says he did not walk out of the corner, he did walk out of the corner. Because what kind of a coach, if you're the trainer, if you're the coach, if you're the one teaching him, what do you look like going down the steps? Okay? That's like the driver of the car sitting in the back. Talk about, I'm the driver. You got to be sitting in the seat. So what do you look like walking down some steps, and you're supposed and you're the person supposed to be in the ring coaching him and trying to lead him to a victory inside of the fight. Why is the coach outside of the damn boxing ring? You know, that lets you know everything right there. It really does. But even he doesn't believe that Deontay Wilder won that fight if he's saying that the 2 knockdowns helped get him a decision. That's sad, but check out the interview for yourself. Like I said, it's a very revealing and interesting interview. I'll leave the link in the description box. Leave your comments in the comments section. Feliz Navidad, Merry Christmas, and whatever you want to say out there in your part of the world. Bruce Vane, I'm out. Now I'm going to tell you guys something interesting about Mark Breland. Mark Breland seems to be very upset that people are insulting him by the fact and the idea of him bringing on, or Deontay Wilder's team bringing on another trainer. And, you know, he takes it very to heart, and it's not hard to tell in that interview that he's aggravated by it. But what I don't understand is, and correct me if I'm wrong, and maybe you could try to recollect with me, when do you ever see Mark Breland training with Deontay Wilder? When you see Deontay Wilder on the Boxing Voice or wherever else you see him, whoever interviewing him while he's doing his training, which is primarily the Boxing Voice, when do you ever see Deontay Wilder and Mark Breland hitting pads with each other? It's always JD's. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. It's always JD's. If you see anybody he's in there really hitting pads with and really mix it up with, it's always JD's. You rarely see Mark Breland, and it has always been like that. You always see Mark Breland really in the shadows. You really don't see him. But JD's always up front. You know, he's the one that I always see at the press conferences and all that other stuff. Matter of fact, I don't even remember Mark Breland speaking at one of Deontay Wilder's press conferences. Do you guys? I don't even remember nothing like that. So it's funny how he carries that burden and he feels like that, yet I don't see him. So it's something very wrong. It's something very backwards going on with that camp. If the gold medalist trainer is sitting on the back burner, and I don't know what kind of training JD think he be doing, but that is just a whole bunch of 2-year-old with crayons and shit. You know, like I don't know what the fuck he think he be doing when he be strapping on them pads and that gear and shit. But like, there's something seriously wrong with that. I mean, this dude is a gold medalist, or maybe Deontay Wilder, jealous ass. Maybe that is the problem. That Mark Breland is a gold medalist and he a bronze medalist, so therefore he don't want to listen to him. It probably is some old stupid, superficial, retarded shit like that. I wouldn't even doubt it, because there's no reason for it. There's no reason for nobody not to listen to Mark Breland at this point. But yet, when Deontay Wilder fails, it's on Mark Breland's shoulders, but don't know how he say shit about JD. That's weird, man. That's weird. Y'all got 3 fucking trainers, 18 managers. I don't know. But that's something else I want to put out there.